Hey y'all, I'm Sarah and this is Hot Mess Reacts. If you have watched my channel before, you can see that I am in my new house. So we have a new background and a new setup. I don't think the lighting's as good here, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But overall, we are finally here. I'm really sorry, I hit my mic. Sorry for many things, apparently. It took me a really long time. I might just make a video of all of my complaints so that I can explain why this took so long instead of doing it at the beginning of like every different group's video. But essentially, moving is hard and it's harder than I thought it would be. Despite knowing it would be hard, I still underestimated the difficulty of that. So, we made it. We're alive and things are getting unpacked. I unpacked all my books yesterday. I'm really proud of that, because it doesn't look like a lot of books, but it was a lot of boxes and they were very heavy, so we did it. Anyway, this is already going to be a really long video, so I don't need to talk too much. We are going to jump straight into our first guide for Ateez. So this is A Helpful Guide to Standing Ateez by ETINI, I believe. ETINI. And this is the most requested guide. So this is where we're going. Let's jump into it. We ready? Let's go.
A brief note before the video starts. I just want to say that this is my first YouTube video ever. Normally, I would be too...
I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit. And I really hope I can hear my crying baby. I hope that y'all can't hear. We're gonna pause while I try to figure out what's happening with the crying baby. And I'll be back. And we're back. I know y'all can't tell, but actually a decent amount of time has passed because my baby was crying because she was hungry. And so we were making a bottle and realized that we left her formula at somebody else's house. So I got to run back over to my sister-in-law's house to pick that up because we were over there today, a few hours ago. And yeah, so I got to drive around a bit and do that and then make a bottle and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Anyway, we're back to learning about Ateez. I'm so excited to like not think about anything and just learn about like K-pop stuff and like just have fun with groups and whatnot. So, I gotta get my new chair. Everything's different and new. It's not new, it's all the same stuff. It's just in different places and I'm still trying to figure everything out. But anyway, gosh, this is gonna be such a long video. Let's go. A brief note before the video starts.
A brief note before the video starts. I just want to say that this is my first YouTube video ever. Normally, I would be too lazy to put together an entire guide for standing Ateez. But, after looking at some of the popular guides on here, I noticed a lot of them are outdated or somewhat inaccurate. You see,
a lot of these videos portray Ateez in a very one-dimensional manner. Not only do I feel like these somewhat insulting the beautiful personalities that boy they have, but I also think it can make a lot of potential fans too.
But onto the video.
Okay. Only know people's names from the comments.
Now, I know everyone is here for the part of the video that helps you learn more about the members. Trust me, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But first, I want to spend a few minutes telling you some basic facts about Ateez. Ateez is a K-pop boy group under the record label and entertainment agency KQ Entertainment. The group has 8 members: Hongjoong, Seonghwa, Yunho, Yeosang, Son, Mingi, Uyung, and Jongho.
Okay.
And, by the way, the number 8 is kind of a big deal with Ateez.
Got it. 8 makes one team.
Ateez debuted on October 24, 2018. This
close
would
to my
make them
birthday.
one of the many groups who began what is known as K-pop's fourth generation. Fans of Ateez are called ETINI. The word is a combination of Ateez and destiny. The name was announced on November 17, 2018. That date is pretty important to Ateez and ETINI. One of Ateez's biggest strengths is their live performances. Ateez
the
is
comment
highly
said.
praised among fans, critics, and seniors for their stage presence. Seriously, the best part of being an ETINI is that the stages are never boring.
Holy. It just like... Okay. It just kept going.
In Korea, Ateez is known as the global K-pop group. This is due to the unique situation they're in with fan demographics. Basically, Ateez became popular among international audiences early on in their career. They even sold out an entire world tour just 4 months after debut. No one is
That's
sure why
crazy.
Ateez's popularity formed that way, but many people think it's rooted back to the very first moments of Ateez's career. The KQ Fellas dance performance videos.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, groove. Baby girl, watch how you move. I got them vents on my shoes. I pop up, put it, I lose. Wait, speed it up. Look at the diamonds, they eat it up. Got me 2 bitches, I beat it up. They thinking I'm wife and delete it up.
This would be a good time to mention a bit of Ateez's backstory.
LA 가자. 난 모르겠다. 나는 간다. 가자. 파이팅. 너는 중국 버스.
Before debuting as Ateez, the group was called KQ Fellas, after the name of their entertainment agency, KQ Entertainment. In early 2018, KQ Fellas were sent to Los Angeles to train and prepare for debut. The entire experience was recorded and made into a series called KQ Fellas. The series follows the creation of the song From, which is a fan favorite among ETINI. But, back to
We will
what
be
I was
watching
saying.
Wait, now I'm selling out the shows. While I'm all rich, Fendi right on my clothes. Hold on, little mama, you tweaking. A bad bitch, Puerto Rican.
Their training in LA gave Ateez an affinity for a hip-hop style, which appealed to international audiences. And, in May of 2018, KQ Entertainment released 3 dance performance videos by the group, making it the first Ateez content ever shown to the world.
Looking like a quarter lick. Yeah. Since they wanna bend that bitch. Since they wanna bend that bitch.
The videos went viral on platforms like K-pop Twitter. It really gave Ateez's career a jump start.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hit his ass to the police, wonder where I'm at. Make so much money off this goddamn song, still get in your ass like a goddamn thong.
Ateez has an incredibly big storyline attached to their music videos. It would probably take an hour to fully explain, and, then again, everything anyone says is only a theory. So, I think this video would be better off if I just said that it's pretty intense, and a lot of ETINI love piecing together what's going on.
That's like one of my favorite things is just storytelling and in general. I just realized I'm holding a brush and I don't know why. It's fun to play with, actually. I'm going to keep holding it. Anyway, that sounds really fun. I really love piecing together, like, storylines and music videos. So I think the next music video I'm going to react to from them is going to be Pirate King. I believe that's their debut. And so that way I can kind of watch from the beginning and kind of see if I can pick up on any of that. The pirate thing was mentioned in comments.
Okay, now that you know some basic facts about Ateez, it's time for you to learn about the members. Before I tell you about each specific person, there are a few things you should know about the group as a whole. There's a relatively small age range in Ateez, with just 2.5 years in between the eldest and youngest members. This means that there's no clearly defined baby or mature one of the group, and many members will switch into those roles depending on which of the others they're around.
베이비 샤크
미웠어.
뽑았지요. 형 그냥 베이비 샤크라고 할 수 있잖아요. 베이비 샤크.
귀여워. 귀여워 죽겠어.
Ateez is also very affectionate with each other.
I just feel like for me, I love watching like way groups interact and like all of their friendships and like seeing how different people interact well with other people. And so I think like I really like seeing like all of their behind the scenes content because I like seeing like those relationships that they have with each other, which I think is fun.
Another thing about Ateez is that they're very competitive. Of course, most idol groups are. But I don't think I can stress just how competitive these boys are. On multiple occasions, variety shows had to end the episode early because Ateez completed the game so quickly. It's also worth mentioning that, for a period of time, the Mafia game got banned in their dorms because they stopped sleeping and one member almost choked another.
I also come from a very competitive family, and my in-laws are not competitive very much, and so like it's interesting when we play games because like I grew up playing card games with my very competitive family who cares a lot about the rules, and like it's like games are a huge part of my family, and so like I get that. But like my husband's family, games are a huge part of their family, but they're not like competitive about it. They just kind of like play for the fun of it, and like and I remember telling him one time that I was one of the least competitive members of my family, and they didn't believe me until they met my family, and it was kind of funny. Okay.
And, of course, what gets most people to stan Ateez is their relationship with ETINI.
Can we play rock, paper, scissors? Can we play rock, paper, scissors? Rock, okay.
This guide video definitely won't do them justice, but I cannot stress how lovable these boys are. They treat ETINI less like fans and more like friends.
Your favorite Ateez or member of it? You lied.
So, now that all of that is covered, you've finally arrived at the part of the video you all were waiting for. Let's get to know each member of Ateez.
I remember noticing him because he was the one with the orange hair in Deja Vu, and I remember noticing him, and I think his part was what I put as my outro, like for like my favorite part. And there's definitely something about him that just was very captivating, that like almost instantaneously, like I really liked his rapping, like that part of the song got my attention, but there was also something about like his, I want to say like aura, but it was just like his, I don't know, the vibe he was giving off that was very interesting.
Hongjoong was the first of Ateez to join KQ Entertainment. He joined with a deep love for creating music, and his goal was to become a successful idol who writes his own music. Hongjoong created over 40 songs before debuting. He writes for every Ateez song, and he composed numerous tracks, all of which are fan favorites. He likes older music, and has said he looks up to icons like David Bowie and Michael Jackson. Hongjoong also has the most fun stage presence I've ever seen on an idol. You seriously feel entertained when you watch him on stage. Hongjoong really enjoys reforming clothes and accessories.
Sorry, I feel like it's his smile. Like, there's something about his smile that is just like I said, it's captivating. And it's just like, it makes you want to smile, but there's also something like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, mischievous? Or something. Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know, it's cool.
Accessories. And he recently said that, if he wasn't an idol, he would work in the fashion industry. Hongjoong is also really involved in social justice. Early on in Ateez's career, he began painting his nail in participation with the Polished Man campaign, which seeks to eliminate child abuse. Last month, Ateez were named ambassadors of the campaign.
That's so cool.
The most important thing to know about Hongjoong is that he has the type of personality that makes you feel like you've been best friends with him for years. You can see the passion in his eyes when he talks about the things he loves. And he cares deeply for every ETINI, and goes out of his way to make sure all fans feel like they belong in the fandom.
He's the other one who got my attention.
The first thing you should know about Seonghwa is that his on-stage persona is misleading to understanding what he is like as a person. Many people are captured by his killer performance skills, but that dark presence you see on stage is the complete opposite to his actual personality. Seonghwa is a very soft and delicate person, and he takes on a loving and nurturing role among Ateez. Multiple of the other members have said that they go to him whenever they seek comfort. To be honest, describing what Seonghwa is like is kind of difficult. I've never seen an idol with his personality. He tends to never push himself to be the center of attention, but rather shapes himself to make those he's around the most happy.
Cute.
Seonghwa is known among fans to be the most aware of ETINI culture. On multiple occasions, fans have recommended makeup and styling on Seonghwa, and, a month later, we'd see that exact thing on him. He has also directly referenced fans' tweets multiple times.
막 하는 거 제가 표정 짓고 스트레스가 짓는 거 바로 이어 붙이니까 똑같던데. 그러고 보니 그거 많던데. 그 뭐지? 어제 서치를 좀 많이 했었어요 사실. 그래가지고 이렇게 좀 민망한데. 이렇게 메롱하는 것들만 모아서 영상을 만들어 주셨더라고요.
He is also known to be a big fan of K-pop girl groups, and is highly praised among fans for respectfully covering choreography done by female artists.
He's a fun one to watch dance.
He auditioned to KQ Entertainment as a rapper, performing a verse he wrote himself. Instead, though, Seonghwa joined Ateez as a vocalist. Seonghwa and Hongjoong are very close, so much to the point where they claim each other as their only idol friend. Although it is clear that they care deeply for one another, they tend to tease each other a lot.
홍중이겠네. 약간 러프한 교복을 입고 이렇게 장갑과 이런 걸로 좀 강렬한 느낌을 줘서 약간 댄스, 인셉션과는 다른 느낌으로 댄스를 했는데 이렇게 춤을 췄습니다. 그만!
It's also worth mentioning that Hongjoong wrote Ateez's song, Thank You, about Seonghwa. As I briefly mentioned earlier, Yunho is a standout dancer. His talents were obvious since he was still a trainee, and they have only developed and improved over time.
1절은 원래 안무를 그대로 하고 2절은 창작 안무로 만드는 거예요.
지금 잠시 중요한 노래 주위를 baby 넌 그냥 그대로 있어 나만을 바라보면서 절대 널 보내지 않아 두고 봐 baby.
The other members have said that he picks up the technicalities of choreographies almost instantaneously. He has the natural ability to match the beat of the rhythms he's dancing to, and his movements are always exact and precise. He has experience with creating and developing choreography since pre-debut, and he helps the other members with learning the choreography when he's ahead. And this tends to be understated by ETINI, but Yunho is also an amazing vocalist. And if you think I'm exaggerating by saying Yunho is pretty much a perfect person, just know that every other Ateez member is as whipped for him as fans are.
저는 딱 한 가지 윤호한테 궁금한 게 있어요. 이제 위쪽 공기는 뭐가 좀 다른가?
근데 잘생겼잖아.
그지?
잘생겼고 키도 184, 5에다가 키도 크고 윤호가 착해요.
Also, don't let his 6-foot height fool you. Yunho is a giant baby and the sweetest person in the entire universe. The best way to describe Yunho is that he's a constant source of unconditional positive energy. He says that he wants to be a vitamin for ETINI, and he's really that. And also, Yunho is the host / anchor / interviewer / correspondent / reporter for Ateez. Ateez is the most reliable news source in modern media, so make sure to check those videos out.
Raise me
up, take me up, 매일 조금 더. Raise me up, take me up, 먼 곳으로.
If you're trying to figure out which part of Ateez songs are sung by Yeosang, listen for the vocals that sound like warm vanilla sugar honey maple syrup cotton candy sweetness.
I thought they were kidding.
And, I know I will probably say this for every Ateez member, but it really should be stressed, Yeosang is also a standout performer.
I have a crying baby again. I'm gonna go help my husband put her to bed. There might be a part 2 to this. Yeah. I'll be back. We're back once again, and you guys probably can't tell. In case you can, it's actually a different day than I recorded on last time. So, I'm jumping back in. I went back and watched what I'd previously recorded, so that I'm like still aware of what's going on. And now I'm just going to jump back in. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to record these next few minutes of this person that we're on. I'm still nervous about pronunciations. So anyway, I'm going to finish this, and then I will record the next portion so that I can have the part 2 up for you. So yeah, let's jump into it.
Also a standout performer.
That's super impressive. I can't dance at all, so that's like ultra impressive.
Not to mention, he's also the prettiest boy I've ever seen in my entire life.
He is very pretty.
And, it often gets covered with makeup, but Yeosang has the cutest birthmark ever. Yeosang tends to have a more reserved and introverted personality, and the other members have described him as a pure and innocent person, saying that he doesn't have the capabilities to hurt someone else. But, at the same time, most fans agree that he is, by far, the funniest member.
니온노 콘서트. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 한 30명 정도밖에 안 될 것 같은데? 아니야. 빨리 많이 그려, 알겠어? 아니, 한 사람당 3명이라 생각해. 아, 그래? 그래도 한 100명밖에 안 될 것 같은데? 과감하게 하지만 너가 17살 때 만나는 우영이라는 친구는 절대 만나지 마.
한영의 느낌이 엄청 강해요.
네. 그렇죠. 약간 특히 그 골반 쪽이 네.
예를 들면 내가 하는 거, 산이가 하는 거 보세요.
또 이제 해적왕 그 안무 중에 그 이렇게 춤이 있어요.
보여주세요. 자.
네, 자.
자,
네.
이제 여상 씨와 멤버들이 하는 동작이에요. 골반
뒷바운스를
그죠.
치는 게 있어요.
이게 리듬으로. 네.
자, 산이가 하는 방법은
네.
뚱뚱 따다다다.
called out.
Yeosang also created a character called Hetman, which is famous among ETINI.
Okay, so this is Son. I know it's only been like a minute, but we're gonna wait for part 2, and I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Anyway, you guys have been like amazingly patient with me, and I'm sorry that I disappeared for a little while. Moves are always hard, and this is by far the most difficult one I've ever had. And that includes the time I moved from Utah to Tennessee and the time I moved from Tennessee to Utah. And that's like a 3-day drive with cats. This one was still worse. So yeah. Anyway, we survived. We made it through. We're here. And now we're set up. Mostly. Some things aren't completely set up. This half of my office over here is set up. That half that you can't see on camera could use a little work. And I don't have any outlets over there, which is really dumb. So my K-pop Forever sign is not yet plugged in. I have to run an extension cord for it, but I want it to be there. So I'm a little annoyed about that because, like, why are there no outlets on that whole wall? Or this wall. Like, neither of these walls have outlets. It's an older house, so that's why. But it's still irritating, and I don't love it. But I do love that I have my own office now, because before I didn't. I was just in the family room, so. Hurrah. Anyway, this is exciting. I have had fun with it, and I am going to end this, edit it, and upload it for you, and then I'll continue watching the rest of this guide and get that one up for you shortly. And now that I've got the whole setup finally here, it shouldn't take me a million years between videos. Hopefully. Anyway, thank you guys, and thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye. Gosh dang it. Oh, honey. And we're back. That actually, I was gone for a little while. I know in, video edit land or whatever, video edit time, place, YouTube world.